Okay, Cancer, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot, and we're going to do your October read. See what's going on there. I waited until Mercury was direct, because my tech issues have been ridiculous. And typically I'm like, man, Mercury, but this was real deal this time around. Also, if this is yours, you'll know. If it's not yours, you'll also know. So, you know. So let's see, Cancer, October, what are we talking about here? All right, I think one more here. There she is. Okay. Little cut, there we are. So we're going to do a niner. I'm going to see what's going on. So Cancer, I feel like you're changing the way you do things. That's a big theme for a lot of people, is the changing up of what's going on here. If anything is being shortcutted, I think it's getting spanked in some way. Like there's kind of like an end to this or whatever. Because in the middle you have Page of Wands. So there is a little bit of a younger, not fully mastered energy going on here. There could also be just a lot of like chatter. There could be a lot of, potential things being thrown around, or potential plans, or potential this, or but nothing's set in stone yet. Nothing's really nailed down, because you have the Wheel of Fortune below it. So there's a lot of like possibility in the air that is kind of like waving around, but it hasn't been nailed down yet. Now, with Death, Seven of Swords, Justice, and Eight of Swords, there is kind of an end to any kind of whiftiness or shortcutting. And with Justice, there is that balance. I feel like with the Eight of Swords and Justice, if we're looking at just the corners here, anything that is kind of making you feel stuck, or while this shift is going on, you can feel like you're not really getting ahead in some way. Like you're enjoying the possibilities, but if nothing is coming out of it, there's frustration involved. If you have this Knight of Cups, which is always kind of like my due to good intentions, you could be trying to put your best foot forward, but it doesn't really matter, because with this Seven of Swords, I feel like maybe not that you're sacrificing part of yourself, but you're kind of keeping things chill, or like you're making moves that you're not telling people about, or you feel like other people are doing stuff that's underhanded, and you're like, whoa, wait, like, and you're trying to keep this best intentions, like doing the right things. And the reason I say maybe this is you potentially kind of making moves and not saying anything is because you have Death, Three of Pentacles, then the Seven of Swords. And this little ostrich is looking over his shoulder. So there's a change, a brewing. This could actually be something that happens at the end of the month when we're hitting Scorpio. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Just kind of keep your eyes on your own work and doing your own thing. Because in this change, there could be people that are not trying to get one over, but they're trying to do things to their benefit that might not align. Because I don't think everything's always 100% malicious, or they're cheating or whatever. People just try and, do what's in their best interest, and other people be darned. I feel like it's okay, though, because with the Six of Wands, there's recognition. There's, in Justice, you have balance, recognition, positivity, victory kind of things. Because when you're making this shift, and like I said, you have all these possibilities kind of floating around out here. When they start kind of solidifying and crystallizing with this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you were keeping your nose clean. You were doing all the footwork with all these possibilities, and kind of like, reveling in that a little bit. But when it does start to firm up, the Eight of Swords, I'm going to clarify that, but when it does start to settle, you could actually miss that nebulous, like, whoo, anything's possible, because you're like, oh, it's possible. Or if this is these other people kind of doing their thing to do what they need to do for themselves, or feel they're doing what they need to do for themselves, That's where they get kind of busted. So I want to see, and I'm just going to point out, we have Nine of Swords and the World and the Sun at the bottom. So any kind of old patterns of thinking, anything that you felt stuck about, adios muchacho. Oh, and then the King of Wands. He stuck on the Sun there. So yeah, you're putting an end to things, and it's like a new dawning, like a new phase. Now clarify this Eight of Swords for me for Cancer. What about it? Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you are leaving stuff behind. Or you are really setting yourself apart. And out of these possibilities, you are waiting for your people to show. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people have been getting this. They're kind of outgrowing any kind of phases, any kind of stuff that's been going on. And when it starts to kind of come together, you could kind of feel like you're leaving other people out or behind, or when this finally kind of like nails down, are you going to be on the right side of it? Well, yeah, because then there's 10 of Cups. You will be on the right side, but you might feel like you had to kind of distance yourself from certain things, or you do feel distant from other people because you're not just jumping on whatever bandwagon comes along. So this Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles. There is that holding on to it vibe where you're just like, okay. So I think that's where that Eight of Swords energy comes in. Because like you are trying to do the right thing. You are trying to, like I said, put your best foot forward here with this Knight of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. I'm not saying what you're doing, like you're untouchable, everything you turn, like Midas touch or whatever, but because you had an integrity back here, you kept things on the up and up, you kept it on the level while everything was kind of shifting. When it's go time, you're kind of the one that's kind of coming out on top, even if it does mean like you might want stuff to come with you. And maybe that's what you're holding on to here. You're like, but that's a lot of change. Ten of Swords. Yeah, you had to be kind of done with it. You literally have 3 tens as the clarifiers. So yeah, you kind of have to let this wheel turn and not feel stuck by it, because the change is happening. And just because the possibilities aren't there anymore, it doesn't mean it's wrong. Because look at what you got. You got the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Now this Seven of Swords, what is that about? The Fool. The kind of like just going and doing. You're kind of, I'm not saying you're losing that possibility of just like, woo! But you need to, it becomes a little more concrete. Because what about this Fool? Also, you could be kind of tempted to go off in this other way that looks fun. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. You could have a little side quest, a side tryst that is a little bit of a distraction, or it looks like it's more promising than something else, but then like whatever's coming in with this Wheel of Fortune is better than the drips and drabs that are going to happen in the meantime. Does that make sense? Like, and you can kind of be like, whoa, that was fun. And like, you're not giving up fun. You're setting yourself apart to kind of like have an, this ace is fun and everything, but you have 10 over here. Do you want 1 or do you want 10? Do you want 1 pentacle or do you want 10? So there is kind of a shift in stability that I don't think like you're thrilled about, but like I said, you're keeping up the integrity portion. You're recognized for, doing the right thing. So, 10 of Wands. You have all 4 tens. So you need to wrap it up, okay? Because when the wheel turns, you gotta like drop some things. So what can Cancer drop with this 10 of Wands? Cut things out, making decisions. Like I said, you're setting yourself apart. And to receive all this good stuff. You literally have all 4 tens. So you can get distracted by the side quests that pop up that are fun. But like I said, when things start to kind of stabilize and crystallize, don't view it as being trapped or being scared of it. View it as a means to get to this 10 of Cups. Do you want like all these little bits, or do you want the whole bits? Because you need to be done with trying to do all those bits and then having the Ten of Swords, which is like, oh, I gotta worry about the bits. Because actually, let me do this Ten of Pentacles. What is the Ten of Pentacles about for Cancer here? Four Swords. Yeah, you feel, you're like, I'm tired. This makes me sad. I mean, you can miss the past. That's okay. Because when this change is happening, it can be uncomfortable. But Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. All in due time. All the balance, all the stuff will come in time. Even if at the moment you feel like, this is not nice. So we have, I mean, not nice in the term of change being uncomfortable. So we have the birds. Then everyone's getting the tree. And the tree like barely ever comes out any other time. But there could be challenges with communication. You could potentially, the birds can be kind of gossip. The birds can be kind of, social media stuff. If you think birds, Twitter, like how, obvious is that. But there's stuff that I think you might need to detach from. And the block in communication, even if you say like 2 + 2 is 4, people are going to be like, she totally said 6. He totally said 7. Like, there's just going to be something that's lost in translation potentially at the moment. So what is this tree about? Yeah, social situations, and I forget who else got this too, but the key is to keep putting yourself out there. Even if it's like someone speaking Greek and the other person speaking, Italian. There's just like I said, there's a lost in translation. That could be not discouraging, but you're like, oh. So this is the fake it till you make it combo for me. We have the train track and the cats. The cats, keep it superficial. Keep doing the right things. Keep moving along. Keep doing your routines. Anything like that until it kind of settles here. Because like I said, you are setting yourself apart in some way. In a positive way. But then here you have the scythe. What does death have? A scythe. So there's change. I think you're cutting certain things out. You also have the Queen of Queen of Swords here. And Justice. Like I said, you're keeping your integrity. You do have to maybe distance yourself from particular things and just kind of keep going through the motions, but don't be discouraged to keep putting yourself out there, because in time, Queen of Cups is possible. Because you are enjoying kind of that nebulous, like anything is possible vibe, and you might go on your little side quests that are like fun distractions, but at the core, it's like you kind of have to keep being like best foot forward. Even if it means there's change that might not be 100% comfortable yet. So, just keep putting it out there. I don't think, we're not getting any hermit cards. We're not getting anything. But remember, you had 4 10s, which is the wrap it up. What I always see is, how like the Academy Awards, when your speech goes too long, they start playing the music. I feel like universe is like, Cancer, get off the stage. We got other stuff to do. So, just be aware of that. And like I said, I feel like this is more end of October. I know we're cramming a lot in. So it can feel nebulous up until then because death is Scorpio. And Scorpio will be rolling in the tail end here. So moving on to the crystal deck. What do we got? Oh, mold. Okay. As the card of the Stone of Change. Moldavite, which is grounding, connection, and evolution. This is like the one you wear to shake stuff up. This is the one that's like the, you got to keep tourmaline or Herkimer diamond with it. Otherwise, it's like, woo! All right, it's time to appreciate the good things already in your life and make plans to change what holds you back from fulfilling your intentions. Okay? Yeah, so I feel like there is this shift that's coming. And when it starts to crystallize, don't fear it, because you literally have the 10 of Cups here. So just go through the process. It's all a process, all right? So like I said, fake it till you make it a little bit. Get your to-do list done. Any challenges in communication, I'd say let it ride. Don't feel like you have to explain yourself or over-explain things. Just, like I said, keep it on the up and up. Keep your integrity. move through it, enjoy a couple side quests if they come along, wink wink. But that's what I have for you for October, Cancer, and I'll talk to you later.